Hello everyone, my name is Spencer Laird. I'm the lead technician, only technician, for the Chase This Race team. Today we are here for your tech talk. Talk about the engines, what goes into it, the ins and outs, the science behind it, and why you kind of want to get into this. We've got it all broke down for you so you can see the insides a little bit better. What goes right here is an intake in the carburetor. This is what sends air into the cylinder where it gets compressed on the push stroke. Compressed with fuel, sparked, and explodes down. That creates power and turns the crank. Up here you have your rockers and valves. On a 350 small block, you have exhaust on piston on cylinder 1, which is always the passenger side, passenger side front. It is exhaust, intake, exhaust, intakes, exhaust on the ends, on both sides. And the exhaust comes out here, and what you have is this is a 4-cycle engine. Suck, push, bang, blow. We'll go off cylinder 1 to keep it simple. Top dead center for the engine. Comes down, brings in the oxygen and the air, or the air and the fuel, my bad. Compresses it at top dead center. It ignites with a spark from the distributor. It sits right back here. You can see a hole for it and a gear on the camshaft. Ignites and explodes back down, turning the crank, sending power to the transmission, and the transmission converts that and sends it to the rear axle. Now, what actuates these valves up here is something called a camshaft. They have little lobes that are timed specifically to open them at certain times. Under here, you have a chain with a gear down here for the crank and the gear for the cam to keep everything in time. You can advance or retard it based on what you want to do, but we kept that at stock timing because we like to keep it simple here. That, and I really do not know what I'm doing as far as building an engine. First time for me doing this, which is why I'm kind of explaining it maybe not the best as some could, but that's kind of the fun of this. I'm learning to do this, and I think everyone should too. We don't do enough of this anymore. We don't. Kids don't get to do this. My dad talks about doing it. My grandfather talks about doing it. We don't get to have these hands-on experiences with engines anymore, primarily because it's expensive. But if you're like 14 or 15, save your money now. When or if you're 13, save your money. At 15, go buy a old Ford or Chevy and just teach yourself this stuff. Because as someone who's played video games, there's not a whole lot of return on investment, but I guarantee you're gonna feel really great if you learn how to do this stuff, have a marketable skill, and get to, and that you can put your name on this, like, I built this engine, it's, and you do it once, and it's not great. You're gonna fail a few times. We have. I'd like to say I tore this down for this video, but we tore it down a week ago, and we just keep either not getting parts or not having the right parts, or because we're novices here at the Chase This Race team. That's kind of the beauty of it all, because we're going to get it together. I'm going to get this thing to run, and we're going to go from there. It's not going to be perfect. This has not been seamless or beautiful by any means, but we're proud of what we've done here, and I'm proud to support Hannah. Even though I'm a diesel mechanic, not really my cup of tea, but it's all good. We'll get there, and we're going to keep chasing this race, and I think you should do the same. Thank you, and have a good night.